Was today a big statement win for Bell? And do you think he's being slightly overlooked as a championship favorite?
This was a huge statement for Christopher Bell. I mean, last week was a big statement on its own, not getting the win, but today, like, he had to go back up there and earn this win because he was running 20th fairly late in this race. They had an issue at one point and just not really looking like a contender, but then here they are. They go and win this race after it looked like Ryan Blaney was going to win it. You had Kyle Larson, which we're going to talk about. It looked like he had the dominant car at a point, but Christopher Bell came through and makes last week not even matter, and he makes it into Phoenix with the win. Doesn't have to have an like he did last year at Martin. And man, something about Bell in late season, he's really able to just get these wins and get a win when it matters most. And I mean that could be huge going into Phoenix. Will be second time in Championship 4. I don't think he's the favorite by any means. I think right now it's Kyle Larson, but I mean Bell just so impressive, and I'm very curious to see how they do in Phoenix for a second time because last year kind of just felt like, oh, I'm just kind of happy to be. But now that you're going in for your second time, I'm really curious to see how Christopher Bell in the 20 that.
Yeah, well, Alex, I hate to bring it up again because it's a tragedy. It's a very sad story, but you do have to remember last year of a situation going on at Joe Gibbs Racing going into that Homestead race. I think there was certainly a cloud hanging over that entire organization with obvious reasons, clearly with the death of Coy Gibbs. So it's perhaps understandable why Christopher Bell might not have been in a full 100% race mindset going into that race last year. We'll see if he can do anything different this year. But to answer the question, yes, I think he is being overlooked. I think he's been overlooked for quite a while now. I think this is somebody that we really need to start looking at as one of the, if not current stars of the sport, certainly future potential superstars of the NASCAR Cup Series. This is a driver that I think has, really come into his own very, very quickly here. It's easy to forget he's only been in the Cup Series for 4 seasons now almost. This will be the end of his 4th full-time year in the Cup Series, and he's turned into an established championship contender. And again, as much as people certainly know how I feel about this championship format and not being a particularly big fan of it, it rewards drivers like Christopher Bell who can go out and perform at the right place at the right time. And to Alex's point, that's at the end of the season. And this is his second consecutive championship 4 appearance here. We'll see if he can close the deal this time. But absolutely, he is. And anyone that's overlooking him as a championship contender here is making a big mistake, and it could come back to bite them come time for Phoenix.
And when you look at the average finish for this year, Christopher Bell is second, but only behind William Byron. I know he doesn't have as many wins, obviously, but I mean, second in average finish, he has been here, so it's not like he just kind of came out of nowhere either. He did have to earn his way into this round with his playoff points and everything, but it just goes to show that Bell's been there all year, but he manages to get the wins at the right time.